Breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Subscribe to the channel, follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Prince Miller Entertainment, Facebook, Prince Miller Entertainment, Facebook group, Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Follow us on all our social media platforms, and remember guys to follow us on Twitter at PMillerENT. Welcome to another edition of our daily news, breaking news, everyday news. So guys, here's the latest news. Chinese mining company Monaf Investments has given villagers in Machesu Ward 12 Binga 3 months notice to vacate their ancestral land after it was granted a permit to extract coal in the area. This is not the first group of Binga villagers to be ordered off their ancestral land to pave way for Chinese coal mining projects. Last year, government flexed its muscles and ordered villagers in Inde to relocate to allow for a similar project in the area after they resisted. Binga activist Mujopeni Mudimba confirmed the latest development yesterday. Due to economic challenges, they only did the exploration process where samples holes were drilled in 2010 and they went back. Now under President Emerson Mnangagwa's Vision 2030, they were given the green light to carry on with their investment, and they came late last year in October and resumed the project. They started by drilling a 4 square meter hole which measures almost 64 meters deep, and this is called a shaft, he said. Then the eviction starts here. There are 14 homesteads on top of the coal belt, but not under the same village head. Some are under Siamulafu, others under Cheme 1, some under Siabutale. The meeting was held last week on Thursday, January 12, 2022, in the presence of the Mofaf Investment, Zimpark, Zimbabwe Parks and Wildlife Management Authority, District Development Coordinator, Council, the President's Office, EMA, Environment Management Authority, and Ministry of Health representatives. Mudimba said the main agenda was preparation for resettlement of those affected, and they were given a 3-month notice to leave the area. All this will be done under phase 1, but phase 2 will be in 2 to 5 years time. We'll see almost half of the ward being evicted, mostly Zuka village, and this village has 2 schools. The purpose is to build a power plant and other projects on the site, according to Monaf. He said Mudimba said villagers were not happy with the evictions, although the company promised to create jobs for the youth in the area. Each village head in the affected area has been given a period to go and look for a good resettlement site where houses will be built for the affected people, boreholes will be drilled and installed. This was a promise from the company. Good sanitation will be a task of the health sector. He said there are divisions among the villagers. Some wanted to resist the project, but since unemployment is a major economic challenge, almost half are in support of the project. A villager from Machesu said Monaf was just making empty promises so that they could leave the area. We've seen a lot of people suffering as a result of these resettlements. It is impossible that this company will build houses for us or create jobs here. We are just going to suffer. It's hard to leave our land. Things are not being done according to our will. Government does what it desires with our land, said Simone Mudenda. Local councillor Matthias Mwinde confirmed the development, adding that they were holding a meeting to discuss the issue. Some arrangements are being made to resettle villagers. We are expecting to hold a meeting and discuss the concerns of the villagers because they are not really happy about being moved, he said. So guys, that's the latest here regarding to a story which is making headlines on social media. People are talking a lot about it. It's not the first time that we here on this channel, Prince Miller Entertainment TV, have talked about Nyama Chinese invading our communal lands, and this is still happening and it will continue happening as long as the government doesn't take action. Of course, the government is in it, as you heard from that meeting with Paul Wangwari present from President's Office. And and munozona say ngatitaure in the comment section. This is daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Someone wrote that what can they empower the citizens to extract coal than giving Chinese our wealth? The country can manage to empower its citizens as we see them buying Zupco buses. Even mining equipment can be sourced in that way. There are no complications in mining coal than gold. I do agree 100%. why can they just empower the locals? Tenga machine yacho yeku extractor coal kuchina kwacho yoya iri maship. That coal yaringe yakutobatsira nharaunda yemubinga imomo, mari inenge yangotendera mubinga imomo. Hazvitike because these guys are politicians, of course. Vanenge vane mashares and in that whole company munafe yacho iri kuuya kuzo exporta coal kubinga ikoko. Patoni mabig chef vanenge vachojwo and saka motonemeka kutoti inyaya yecorruption chete inenge chingoitika. And someone wrote that they need to come together as a community and fight this. They cannot be removed from their ancestral land. We've seen it happen. I mean, we've seen it happening before, and they went to court, but still, the court still decides that they need to move as soon as possible and make way for that investor kuti auye kuzorima uswa. And our journalist Hopeo actually wrote in, he said, as ZANU-PF is facilitating Chinese colonialism in Zimbabwe, Chinese mining company Monaf Investment has given villagers in Machesu, Ward 12, Binga, 3 months notice to vacate their ancestral land after it was granted a permit to extract coal in the area. It's crazy. This is what Hopeo wrote, that in 20 years time, in 40 years time, half of Zimbabwe inenge yatotora nema-China kudara. In fact, these guys are now coming in those rural areas, in those communal lands. No land is safe here. And so someone wrote that that's how Zimbabwe was colonized by the British. There are some of us who benefited during colonialism. Even now, the Chinese are taking over Zimbabwe through ZANU-PF. Resist, defend your country if possible. Let's be a bloodbath and resist the Chinese. And so someone wrote that Zimbabwe should learn how to fight for their rights and stand up to what belongs to them. Hashtag register to vote. There's no democracy in Zimbabwe or vote for change. And so guys, write it all in the comment section. This is a daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Mina Entertainment TV. We're gonna keep you guys informed. Take any new information, any new developments regarding to what is happening in Binga there. And my villagers are going to make way for a Chinese investor who wants to extract coal. Yes, mnaroba China kweso kuya kuzo extract coal in Binga. Atina ere vanhu vakana kuchikoro to extract that coal. Toitora idisusu. Why can we allow a guy who is coming from China to come to Zimbabwe and do that on behalf of us? Chicha ari kutaimira, chicha ari kuwana in return. And yet we call ourselves one of the most educated people in Africa. Kana upfumo wedu uchitora nevanhu vekunze, especially my Chinese. We're gonna keep on following this whole story here on Daily News Breaking News. Thank you very much guys for listening and watching. Remember guys to turn on the notification bell. We'll keep you informed by any new information. But 3 months they need to look for a place to go, and the Chinese promised them to build houses, and again all other things on the new land. And again they promised to employ them, because this whole project will create jobs for the locals. Doma promises are kupa iwo kuma villagers. And pakaipa daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Mina Entertainment TV. Thank you very much for listening and watching guys. Bless up.